Hello, hello, hello. Hope you guys are having a great day. So far, mine's been pretty good. Sunshine all day long. That's a that's always a win for me. I love that. Well, I finally found these two Happy Planner sticker books. I ended up ordering them from Michaels because you know where I'm at. I'm limited to what I can just drive to within the course of a day. Got a Joann's in Astoria, and then we have a Michael's and a Joann's in Longview, Washington. But they never have hardly anything. I don't know what's happened to Michael's. Michael's their planner stuff used to be stuffed everywhere. And now it is just empty shelves. I don't know if it's the supply chain crisis or if it's just the store itself doesn't sell enough to carry anymore. I don't know. I definitely know I'm one of the few planner obsessed people that live in my little area. I've tried to find little groups to get together with and that kind of thing, and there's just nobody out there. I'm the only insane one that loves my planners. But Michael was having a sale on them online, so I just ordered them that way. It's really fun to go and have instant gratification where you grab them off the shelf and take them home, but I had to wait a few days. But it was worth the wait because they are beautiful. This one is the Happy Bloom, so it's nothing but flowers. Oh my goodness. Something fell. Nothing but flowers all the way through. Yes, I've already used some. I didn't get to do the unboxing and stuff because my granddaughter was here. Had her for 2 nights. And everything came while she was here. Like, that figures. So I didn't get to really play a whole lot. But they're just so pretty. I mean, perfect time of year. Spring, I love those. I love those a lot. Spring is in the air. The only thing with these is they're really too big to put into my ring planners, which is what I use the most. So I have to creatively use them in other ways. Look at those. Love those purples. Love them, love them. Gorgeous. The orange I will save for fall because I'm not a huge orange fan except during fall. And now this one has florals, but it's called Tiny Florals, Petite Florals. So it does, I'm sorry. I've used a few of them, but you still get your full box stickers with your headers. And then you got pretty circle. This I love. This is so pretty. The green backgrounds. Love that. It just catches my eye. And then you got your note boxes. Your monthly boxes. Your little strips of washi tape. Top 3. Just filled with flowers. Filled with flowers. I like tabs like that too. You can really make stuff pop. And those. Trimmed in gold. I like gold and rose gold, but I wish they would do more silver. I really like silver too. More of the orange ones that I will use, save till fall. And then that's little strips. I used one last night. See, now stuff like this I can fit into my ring planner, so it's all good. So I enjoy that. And then you got all these small ones I can fit into them. And headers I can too, to a point. I like this size header because, you know what? With me, I can barely write in that. So that size works for me the best. Flowers, flowers everywhere. Love that. Already used one of those. This is also very, very, very pretty. Top 3 to remember. Or little dots. corner flowers. I used those last night too. And this I put on one of my faith planner from Erin Condren. I was like, oh, that's so pretty. Gotta use it right this minute. Love those. I really like these a lot. And that's all of that. So, let's plan, shall we? Like I said, I have to get creative with myself. And I think I pretty much planned up through April because literally that is what I do. So this week I missed flowers everywhere that week. And what I did with this one is I pulled out old sticker books that I never used. That happens with me. This one, I only put that. I could have really went a lot further, but sometimes it just didn't happen. This one is some of the darker florals. I thought that was very pretty. Very pretty. And then I actually only wrote anything down one day. Now this is the current week we're in. So 25. So what I'll do just to make it look like I'm actually productive, I will go through and write things down that I did this past week. And when I'm planning on just, you know, gotta be productive. Gotta. And then this is next week. Again, I used that book with all the dark florals in it because I had so many of those. To me, these are really better for winter and fall, but, you know, I just felt the need to use them. So I did. And so we will hit up April. Now we can do the month. First week of April is already claimed. So keep in mind, this is my little scrapbook of pretties. This is my creative one. The planning timeline doesn't matter so much to me because that's what I keep track of in my rings. But this is just so much fun to decorate. I love it. So what we're gonna do is I'm going to show you guys how I use some of my florals, and I'm going to try and match up these with some of the stuff in here. Yeah. I don't want to use all the tiny florals actually in here because I can make those work, like I said, in my ring planner. So I want to, that's the specific reason why I purchased that. So let's see. Okay, so like this size I would never be able to get into my ring planners unless I did like dashboards, which I have done before. So we shall just, and the great thing about the horizontal, I think this is vertical, which is vertical. This is vertical. Planners is because you have plenty of room to write and still put pretties everywhere. You're not losing space that way. So let's see how much of this stuff I actually get straight. Oh, and if you guys hear barky, barky, bark in the background, my new little doggy that I got, the new little rescue I got, he is extremely clingy to his new mama. And if I'm not in the room, he just goes ballistic. And then Buddy, my oldest little rescue puppy, I do believe he's starting to really, really hit the senile stuff because he just barks every little thing and he's going off. He's going off. And that makes me sad. It makes me mad too when I'm trying to watch something or talk to somebody. And he's like, and they woke me and my granddaughter up the other day. We were napping pretty hard because we've been playing pretty hard. And all of a sudden, and I jump and she jumps and we're all like, what the? Come on now, guys. Settle down. Settle down, for heaven's sakes. Let's see, what else do I want to put on there? Okay, I got my scissors because I love making flowers look like they're coming out of the sides and up from the top there. It just, to me, adds so much more prettiness. So how do I want to do it? Do I want to use up all that space? So we will put one here. Hear that? I have to take him with me every time I go somewhere, which isn't frequently, but you know, just in case. But I do have to take him. If you guys know anything about dogs, you know there's always, if you have multiple dogs, there is a pecking order. There is pack leader, which should be you, by the way. And then there is, well, the leader, the pack leader as far as the dog goes, like your first lieutenant. And the way things should work in a perfect world with that is because you are pack leader when, put this here, when you bring a new pack member into the pack, that pack has to accept it. And so I've always been a very, very good with dogs and very good at establishing dominance and everything. And so all of the dogs that I've ever brought in have always been easily accepted. But, and anyone that has little girl doggies will know what I'm talking about. Females can be pack leaders too, guys. Trust me. But it still goes according to pecking order. Well, when we first moved here, the only dog we actually had with us, my little senior, my little big English setter, she had to stay with my in-laws because of where we live. And she ended up madly in love with them too. But I was always mama. But we would keep her. We'd, you know, like kids, we'd get her on weekends and stuff. We just couldn't have her 24/7. But we also brought Jojo, my little long-haired Chihuahua. He was just a baby then, just a wee babe. And he became pack leader in the house because we had a kitty cat. And kitty cat had to behave and mind him. And even when Missy come over, she had to, she was like, fine, I don't care. I'm just happy to be here. I love everybody. If anybody knows anything about setters, they're wonderful, wonderful dogs. If you know anything about Chihuahuas, they can be, but they can also be little buttholes. And my sweet little Jojo was a little butthole. We lost him in November. And that was a very heartbreaking time for all of us. He had congestive heart failure. I had thought I would have him till he was at least 20 because Chihuahuas can live a very long time. But he was 14 when he passed away. And that was, like I said, that was in November. So we got the dogs in this order. Of course, Jojo is here. Then that same year that we moved here in 2008, in December, we adopted a Jack Russell. And he wasn't your typical Jack Russell. He was just as chill and laid back. Nothing like the ones that normally get the little zoomies, you know, zoom, zoom, zoom. He was nothing like that. It's like I said, he was just chill. He was just so chill. And he was a great, great dog. And so with him, once again, we had to do the pecking order thing and make sure he understood that Jojo was pack leader, which we did. And one of the best ways to teach a dog to submit to another dog, regardless of that dog's size, is to make them stand while your dog, if your feed them out of the same bowl. That's the first thing I do. And then I make them stand and wait till the dog that I want to establish as, you know, my lieutenant is done eating. And then you let the other dog or dogs, whichever it may be, eat. And I have done that. It works. For me, it has worked every time. And so Jojo was always big man in charge, even though he only weighed 8 pounds. I always called him tiny but mighty, because he was tiny, but he was a mighty little man. And Boomer was 6 when we adopted him, and that was 2008. And he passed away a couple of years ago, right before Jojo. And what they had established in a relationship was it was awesome. They became siblings. and they behaved toward each other like siblings. And they were just fun and wonderful companions, everything else together. But JoJo was always in charge. Boomer had got, as he got older, where he would stand by while JoJo was eating and just go, oh, oh, wanting JoJo to hurry up. And JoJo just looked at him like, no, I'm not done yet. You'll get it when I'm done. It sounds, worse than it was. It was really, really stinking cute. But when Boomer passed away first, he was like 17. And he had stomach cancer. And JoJo was never the same. You could tell he just missed his brother so, so much. He was just never, never the same. And I think that's one of the reasons he got as sick as he did, as fast as he did. It was congestive heart failure is what took him. And I think he missed his brother. He missed his brother. So right before Boomer, about a year or so before Boomer passed, we welcomed another little doll into our home, little Miss Oakley. And she was a puppy mill rescue, so she was horribly abused, so timid, scared to death of everything. And it's just heartbreaking what this pup had been through. And I saw her, and because I was looking to rescue a puppy mill dog, and I saw her, and I'm like, give her to me, because she looked horrible. And I'm like, I don't, want the prettiest dog in the window. I want the dog that needs me the most, and she needed me. She became my doll, and she is still my doll. She is my baby, baby, baby girl. I don't even want to think about the day that I lose her. I don't like losing any of them. But, she just stole my heart. And so when Boomer passed away, we went and we adopted Buddy, who you hear me talk about. Buddy was ancient. Buddy was old when we got him, and he was in horrible shape. He weighed 4 pounds. They'd had to remove all of his teeth because he had so much decay and infection in him. He had a big ulcer on his eye, and he was in such bad shape. All of his hair had come off because he had such a bad skin infection, and he was so thin that his little back bones, the little haunches back there, just stuck straight out. He was a mess, but he had so much spirit from the day they got him. Within just a little while, they had him up to 5 pounds, and it was very soon after his surgery that I went there looking. Actually, I was looking for a dog for my mother and father-in-law, and we ended up finding Buddy. And I looked at this little thing that, at that point, he was so thin and stuff, they were calling him a chihuahua. We didn't know what he was. And he came right up to, he's in that big, giant dog cage, little bitty baby, big, giant dog cage. And he just kind of come up to us, and his tongue hangs out the side because he doesn't have teeth or anything to hold it in anymore. It hangs out the side. So he just literally turned his little face and licked me with that little tongue. And we were like, this one, he's coming home with us tonight, please. And he did. And he's been our baby boy ever since. We've had him now a little over 2 years. Turned out he is he's a miniature fox terrier. He's up to like 11 pounds now. And just a little Mr. I'm here, you're gonna know I'm here kind of guy. And it's just been wonderful. And him and Oakley and all of them get along perfectly. But so when JoJo passed away, I think what happened was Oakley decided, okay, now it's my turn. I'm leader. And that is pretty much what she did. She just took over that position, which is what happens in the wild. If you know anything about the way packs run, it's what happens in the wild. But as a result, for some reason, ever since I brought Rocky in, we've had him going on 2 months, I think. She has just, it's not malicious, but she kind of picks on him. I think she wants to let him know, hey, I'm a girl, but you're going to listen to me kind of thing. And females can, if you've got a female pack leader, they can be some of the strictest ones. If you watch them, they just are. And so, but what happens is in her doing so, she just terrorizes Rocky. So I've had to get really stern with her to let her know that that will not happen, that will not be tolerated. And until we get to that point, everywhere I go, I take Rocky with me. He has to go with me so that he can not be picked on, because he is so, I'm hoping he'll come out of his little self the way all of the rest of them have, but he is so just like, Mama, help me, scared. But he went through a lot. I don't know all of his history, but I know just in the few weeks before I got him, that pup went through a lot of traumatizing stuff. So he's still a little traumatized. And so I don't mind at all just bringing him everywhere I go. I just carry him under my arm, and we weighed him today at the vet's office, and he weighs 6 pounds, which is a lot better than what he was when I got him. I think he was about 4 pounds when I got him, because he was so stressed out where he was. He refused to eat for like 2 weeks. So, that will do it. But he got way more comfortable immediately after he came here, because we're just old people too. And that's why Oakley's going to have to cut her little mess out. So, anyway, there we go. I think that's pretty perfect. I'm not going to write anything in there yet, because I don't know of anything that's going to be happening right this week. But I will, and I'll write it as I go. But I love my florals. I just do. I think they just make everything so much prettier. I very rarely get my boxes completely straight. It just doesn't want to seem to happen. So what I did is I took the big flowers out of the Happy Blooms, and then the smaller flowers and these out of the teeny florals, and just blended them together like wildflowers growing out in the field. So beautiful. So beautiful. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed our little talk and my little story time about my sweet little pooches. And, just for a reference, we have decided now that we're only going to adopt either senior dogs or special needs dogs that we are capable of taking care of, because those are the ones that get passed over in the shelters. And not to mention, if you adopt a senior dog from the Humane Society, they're very cheap. Very cheap. These days, if you get a younger dog or a puppy, it's anywhere from $250 to $350, depending upon the dog, from the Humane Society. But if you get an older dog, it's usually about $50. So, more affordable. Of course, you inherit some, vet bills and stuff like that. But I'm telling you, any rescue dog just loves you like no other. They know in their hearts that they have been rescued. And there's a bond and a loyalty that goes there. And I just can't, say it enough, because I want everybody to go out and get them a sweet little rescue dog. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed this. Leave a comment at the bottom if you did. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.